AI means artificial intelligence. And in this fourth generation of revolution, industrial revolution, this AI machine learning is really going to be a big game changer in the way we look to the issue prevailing in present society. AI means artificial intelligence, and as well as it will provide a solution which will be beyond the imagination of a common man. The ease and comfort of life is going to be redefined, and really it will be a HD in nature. High definition or high quality of life we could expect when we are going to make use of artificial intelligence. With these words, in today's panelist, we have Mr. Aryan Khare, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering from Bhilai Institute of Technology. Our second panelist is Dr. Kavita Thakur, Professor in the UTT of Pandit Ravi Shankar University in the Department of Electronics and Photoelectronics. And finally, we have got with us a very senior and a seasoned person in this area, Dr. G.R. Sinha, who himself has a Herculean experience in this area. And today, with due permission of all, first of all, I will request Mr. Aryan Khare to express his view on this topic. Mr. Aryan Khare, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll share my screen and the presentation. So is the presentation visible, sir?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. Good morning, everyone attending this webinar. Honorable Chairman, sirs, President of IEI, respected panelist members, my mentor and guide, Dr. Nagendra Patil, sir. My name is Aryan Khare, and it is my pleasure having got an opportunity to present my thoughts on artificial intelligence intervention in Indian knowledge system and its impact on society. First of all, I will start this presentation with a slok which says, Yah patati likhati pashyati pariprishyati panditana upashyati tasya divakar kirana nalini dala ev vistarit buddhi, which means one who reads, writes, sees, inquires, lives in the company of learned, his intellect expands as the lotus petals expands due to the rays of suns, which means with also that I feel the same thing speaking in front of you all respected members. And with this slope, we will start by talking about how human intelligence evolved. First of all, let's see what is intelligence. Intelligence is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. Or you can say that it is the ability to learn and understand things to deal with new and difficult situations. No doubt, intelligence has evolved from the past, just like the innovation of fire, further to the innovation of light bulbs, and the huts became the skyscrapers. Every day we see new researches going on around us in different fields, like shifting in electric vehicle cars, etc. It shows that intelligence is evolving as per the need. Similarly, it is time for the innovation of intelligence to artificial intelligence. As we all know that the biggest disadvantage of PC is computer cannot work on itself. Therefore, with the evolution of intelligence, now we are in the era of artificial intelligence. So now the question comes is, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think like humans and mimic their action. Artificial intelligence is accompanied by studying the patterns of humans itself, human brain, and by analyzing the cognitive process. The outcome of this study brings different softwares and systems which will be helpful for students and teachers and the society itself. For example, chatbots, voice assistants, virtual reality, data analysis, etc. This AI system works by merging a large data with intellect and processes it using algorithm. Now, algorithms are the set of programs which are run by humans itself. Therefore, we term it as an artificial intelligence. Every time an artificial intelligence system performs a round of data processing, it itself tests and measures its performance and thereby keep on upgrading itself without the need of human. Therefore, it is getting artificially intelligent. And this is the result to develop additional expertise. So this is what artificial intelligence is. Let us talk about the tools used in artificial intelligence for the betterment of education system. The first, with the rise of artificial intelligence in education system, there are many different ways in which it can be used for students, teachers, even institutions, and for the society also. Here are few technologies which I'm going to refer that are in use these days. First is chatbots. Chatbots are software applications that simulates human conversation itself. They follow a set of predetermined rules which are set by us only to mimic real life interactions and answer questions. Also, chatbots using artificial intelligence and natural language processing tool NLP can analyze this interaction at an almost human level and send a human like response also. These are being increasingly implemented into classrooms where students use laptops, iPads, and digital devices with bots designed to solve their doubts instantaneously. The second tool is voice assistants. These days, everyone carries a smartphones supporting a voice assistant. For an example, Siri, Cortana, Alexa, Google, etc. This features of AI is immensely useful for the student with special needs who are visually impaired. They can get their doubts and their daily life questions also answered whenever needed with this tool. And based on the past searches, the results, based on past searches and results, voice assistant curates the result based on the user's requirement and their understanding level with the help of artificial intelligence. The third tool is virtual reality. Virtual reality VR. VR is a three-dimensional computer-generated environment that people can explore and interact with. It can be used for everything in the view of teaching. For example, teaching history to helping student with a math problem. Like, just imagine Indus Valley civilization would become so interesting if it would have been taught using virtual reality. The student can feel how primitive people used to live and how their structures were. Now let's think of a situation where it is very difficult to accommodate a large number of students in a single classroom. So what do we have as a solution? The solution is either split them into groups and teach them separately. I think this is not a good solution because it does not save a lot. It does not save the time of the teacher. Second thing which we can do is we can create an online meeting like this where we can involve lots of participants, but again, student does not feel connected to each other. The third is virtual reality. In this tool, we can bring all the students in a classroom which is virtually present and everybody will feel connected to each other and they can raise questions, doubts, and sense what is going on currently in the topic. The fourth tool is data analytics, DA. DA can be used in many ways in education. It can be used in setting question papers. It can be used in gradation process. It can be used in giving question homeworks, and in many ways. There are numerous ways where we can use data analysis these days. The gradation process is a very lengthy process if done manually. DA will reduce the time of the teacher by checking and grading the questions and the answer sheets itself. Also, it can find out the particular interest area of the students individually by assessing their credits and their goals and their recent past searches. And based on the grades and interest area also, DA can be used to assign the task accordingly. to the students. This will give teacher more time to work with student on critical and analytical skills. Plus, student have instant access to their grades without waiting for the end of the semester. Now, I will talk upon National Education Policy, NEP, which was rolled out in 2020. Here are few key recommendations of NEP 2020. Like they included early childhood care and education, which was also there previously in our education system. This new thing is standard setting and accreditation for school educations also. Financially supporting students who are financially weak, and vocational courses provided to the students in school and colleges and institutions itself. Introduced artificial intelligence as a subject in classes 9th and 11th for the requirement of jobs which are being updated these days. And also National Initiative for School Head and Teachers Holistic Advancement NISTA portal training program. No doubt the policy is beneficial in many ways to large number of itself in need. But let's talk about the issues with NEP 2020. The new education policy has tried to please all, and it is clearly visible in the document itself. But there are some areas which need proper attention and strictness. Let's talk about some of them related to our topic. First thing which I find problematic is lack of integration of technology and pedagogy. There is a persistent mismatch I found between the knowledge and skills imparted and the skill requirement in current day jobs. This has been one of the main challenges which has been affected the Indian education system since independence. National education policy is also silent on the needs and demands of students with special needs, like deaf, ones who have difficulty in hearing, who are visually impaired, and the people with ASD, autism spectrum disorder. They have problem with social interaction and communication. Also, there is a problem with institutional limitation at times. A healthy education system will comprise of diversity of courses and subjects, not a forced unidisciplinary one. Students should have a free choice for selecting subjects, courses based on their particular interest. NEP is also silent on training of students and teachers in the field of data science and analysis. For the benefit, this will help them to use all the AI tools. Again, it is also silent on finding out a way to bring up the undiscovered talent in students and teachers, and which can be bridged by artificial intelligence. Let's see how. What is the needs of artificial intelligence? Students have different level of understanding. We all see students of different level of understandings and processings. Some of them have good grasping powers. Some of them have requires time to grasp things, and some students retain these things longer if explained in video formats, and some of them might retain things longer if they've been taught personally. So here the term comes is personalized learning, which is a very good tool of artificial intelligence in perspective of educations. The second is quick responses whenever needed. Therefore, artificial intelligence with chatbots is very much required for those students who are studying the topics at their homes, and if they find doubts, they can clear it using chatbots without waiting for the teacher to come in the next day. The need of AI is also to automate the results from different browsers and merge it into an understanding format based on students' level of understanding. This can be done using artificial intelligence image processors. Also, it is very much needed to assure access to education for students with special needs, the ones who are visually impaired, deaf, and the one having problem with hearings. So virtual reality, which I just explained, is a very good tool for this kind of people to understand things and grasp them quickly. It is also needed to assign coursework assignment based on the student's interest area, giving interesting assignments where the student is weak. is very much helpful for them in their growth and development. And to move from marks focused society to skill focused society, AI is an important tool for that too. So this was all what I found that artificial intelligence is needed. Let's see what are the benefits of artificial intelligence in education field. First of all, we will discuss about artificial intelligence benefits for students. The very first and foremost thing is personalized learning, because we know that every child is different from others and they have their own pace of learning. Artificial intelligence will help students learn according to their pace and interest, thereby preventing herd mentality. They will think on their own and follow their interest. Artificial intelligence help find out student does and does not know, what does they know and what does they do not know, so that it will bridge the gap of what they don't know, building a personalized study schedule for each learner considering the knowledge gap. For example, we have seen a movie called Tare Zameen Par. We can say that Amir Khan was the personalized learner tutor and the child was the student having problem of dyslexia. Again, the second benefit is it will ensure access to education for students with special needs. The adoption of innovative artificial intelligence technology opens up the new way of interacting for students with learning disabilities. AI grants access to visually impaired students with special needs. Artificial intelligence tool can be successfully trained to help any group of students with this kind of needs. Also, innovative AI technologies gives us different way for interacting with students having learning disabilities like dyslexia. Third is it will give quick responses to their queries. Therefore, it will save time of the students and also the tutors, because they are being bombarded with the same questions daily and repeatedly in the same day also. So if they are having questions and queries, which are very common, so we can manage to put this kind of queries on a chatbot so that they can find the solution to it within from their cell phones or from their smartphones itself. Not only this will free up the lot of time of the educator, but also for the students also. The fourth is different AI-based platforms help the students to pick right set of programs and courses and university based on their interest area. If they feed what are their interest area, they can get what should be the best education and the course they should pursue in their future for their better future. Now let's talk about the benefits of AI for tutors. Teachers have to handle multiple responsibilities such as gradation process, such as paper setting, assigning assignments, evaluations, creating mark sheets, and tracking the performance of every student. If these tasks are made easy for them, then they would focus more on course development, better teaching quality, and skill development of the students and their own. So, very well known very well-known website, Coursera. It is a massive open online course provider, and it is already putting into this into practice. When a large number of students are found to submit wrong questions, wrong answers to their assignment, the system alerts the teacher and the students, and they give a customized message also that offers hints to the correct answers. It can also point out places where course need to be improved based on the future demand and the level of understanding of the students. Third is AI-based proctoring. During an online exam, if we see it is no longer required for the number of teachers to proctor a small group of students, which is not even efficient. So AI-based proctoring will save teachers time and it is an effective means of proctoring. Now, AI benefits for society. Society means students, teachers, and the parents. Here, parents can monitor their children's interaction online more closely. They can do that with this artificial intelligence tools. Artificial intelligence will benefit parents who are always concerned about their children's social life. AI technology allows them to monitor their child's interaction online more closely than ever before. Schools with Schools can use softwares that analyzes data policy points such as how well different students comprehend materials and the course provided by them. And if needed, they can change it for the level of understanding of the students also. AI helps human manforce to do work they are better equipped with. So therefore, it will create happiness amongst the youth and the people doing the job to create a better society. People freed up from the stressful tasks, humans will be able to spend their time in variety of other ways for better lifestyle. Now let's talk about some of the disadvantages of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. The disadvantages can be, let's say a robot might not be as good teacher as a human being can be. AI does not show emotions. We cannot now that we know that personal computer cannot work on itself, so we innovated the intelligence into artificial intelligence. But now artificial intelligence also has a disadvantage that it does not show emotions. So now this is another field where we can work upon and innovate our intelligence. Because of this, students don't feel that they are being cared by the AI when they are being lectured to or when they have the questions. Also, that a big disadvantage which I found out that AI's impact on human is reducing interactions amongst themselves and socializations. And to further confirm this, I have also conducted a survey which is at the end of the slides. The third disadvantage can be is lack of personal connections. While smart machines improve the education experience, they should not be considered a substitute for personal interactions. Relying too much on this kind of machines to grade or tutor, this may lead to the educational oversights, which will again further lead to social awkwardness amongst the youth and the people of the society. There can be another problem of information losses. AI is a machine and machine can break anytime. And if suppose the machine breaks down, it needs time to repair and also to collect the data which was collected by them throughout the time which was used. So you need to re-input again and all the time required for them for the AI tools to work properly. So it can be a problem of information loss. Again, there is a disadvantage of risk of unemployment. Just now we discussed that virtual reality can be helpful for teaching group of students, a large group of students, which we cannot do in normal classrooms. So therefore, a single teacher can teach a large number of students through virtual reality. Then the requirement of teachers will reduce and will bring the risk of unemployment. So for this, I conducted a survey in my institutions where where I shared the links with students, teachers, parents, and other professionals also. And these are the responses I gathered from them. The survey, just a minute, I minimize. The survey was conducted with students, teachers, parents, and other professionals. And they belong to different educational backgrounds also. They were from engineering, medical, law, agriculture, and commerce. The first question which I thought was important was, do you think AI can change the way our education system works? So interestingly, I found out that 94% of them thinks that AI can change the education system, which is good for us and for the future demands. The third question was, do you think AI can replace physical teaching? This was a very surprising responses which I get, because 48% of them thinks that yes, physical teaching would be replaced by AI through virtual reality. Yes. And do you think AI can reduce socialization amongst people? Also 33% of them says no, but 67, approximately 67% of them is saying that it will reduce socialism, which is a very disadvantageous point of artificial intelligence. And I have asked students and teachers, have you ever used AI in your educational journey yet? And also mentioned the tools. Many of them has said that they have used it. Approximately everyone have used it in their lifestyle these days, because chatbots are there in most of the websites, and there are virtual assistants, and there are image processors. There are many. Everybody have used it yet. Which model? I asked them which model is best suitable as per your thoughts. One, hybrid artificial intelligence model, zero AI model, and complete AI-based education model. People, 25% of them thinks that completely AI-based education model is good enough for them, and 72% of them thinks that hybrid model is good enough for them. So what I found out that the conclusion is, based on the survey conducted among students and teachers and parents, 94%, 94.4% of them thinks that AI can help in changing the way our education system is, which is good enough. And almost everyone out there were aware of some or the other tools used in artificial intelligence, like charts, virtual reality, data analysis. And interestingly, I found out that 48.4% wants that artificial intelligence in terms of virtual reality should replace physical teachings. And 72% of them supports hybrid AI model, and 25% of them is supporting complete AI-based education model. 33% of them thinks that AI will reduce socialism amongst people. So now that I have concluded that there are so many benefits of AI, every student will, because every student now, though it is though the students with special needs also and the normal students also will have access to the learning to what the best education which we can provide as a teacher. So it has a massive advantage for the youth and to the society. Talking about the socialism, lack of socialism, unless you choose to live remotely and never plan to interact with people and never go out in a meetings, so it is the fault of the individual if they are thinking that if 33% of them are thinking that AI will reduce socialism. So, but all in all, I concludes this, it is undoubtedly clear that AI has changed the conventional way of teaching and getting an education, better education for the future students. So we can expect artificial intelligence to hold an integral positions in every education activities. Here I end my final words with this, and I found that hybrid AI model is best enough, better for future education systems for the students. Now I have an idea while conducting these studies and with the and I collecting data. I found out that students with visual problems who are blind and who are deaf, the problem with them is the smartphones, they cannot use the smartphones and also not hear the voice assistant also. So for them, what we can do is we can use voice assistant and bring them the device which can give them the result in braille lipi. So this can be a good idea in future. Thank you. Here I end my presentation.
Thank you, Aryan, very much for such an informative and meaningful presentation on the theme AI and its impact on education and society. Now, with us, we have Chairman of Institution of Engineers, Bhilai Local Center, P.K. Tiwari, sir. I would like to invite him to address the august audience with his view on artificial intelligence and Indian knowledge system. P.K. Tiwari, sir, please.
Am I audible to everybody?
Yeah, yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Sorry, due to some technical reason, I joined late. This is the disadvantage of artificial intelligence, you can say. Anyway, today on 16th October, the Institution of Engineers Bhilai Local Center is organizing this webinar on artificial intelligence intervention in Indian knowledge system and its impact on society under the aegis of Computer Engineering Division Board of the Institute of Engineers, Calcutta. Indian knowledge system is a generic phrase that covers practically everything about India. Indian knowledge itself is a huge challenge knowledge is continuously synthesized by any society. इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम तो हमारा काफी ओल्ड है. तक्षशिला, नालंदा विश्वविद्यालय तो जग जाहिर थे. दुनिया भर के लोग यहाँ पढ़ने एवं अपने ज्ञान में वृद्धि करने आते थे. हम विश्व गुरु थे. ज्ञान का अपार भंडार था हमारे सिस्टम में. अभी कुछ दिनों पहले उज्जैन महाकाल का लोकार्पण हुआ. उसमें एक दिखाया गया उज्जैन का ऑब्जर्वेटरी सिस्टम. कितनी पुरानी वेधशाला है, कई सौ वर्ष पहले स्थापित की गई थी. इसके तारामंडल की परिस्थितियां एवं उस आधार पर भौगोलिक वातावरण में परिवर्तन की सूचना पहले ही हमें मिल जाती थी. इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम इतना तगड़ा हुआ करता था, या कहें मैच्योर था, कि हमें विश्व गुरु का दर्जा मिला हुआ था. परंतु हमें दबाया गया. कई बार सिस्टम को डिस्ट्रॉय करने की कोशिश भी की गई. ऋषि मुनियों का ज्ञान, योग आज भी हम दुनिया को दे रहे हैं. फिर से ज्ञान का डंका बजा रहे हैं. इससे पश्चिम देशों की बौद्धिकता पर भी प्रश्न चिन्ह लगता है. कुछ दिनों पहले मैं पढ़ रहा था कि अमेरिका की एक वर्ल्ड फेमस यूनिवर्सिटी में यह मुहिम चली हुई है कि भारत का नॉलेज सिस्टम एकदम बकवास है. संस्कृत भाषा, वेद, वेदांत सब बेकार है. एक्चुअली हमारे IIT और अन्य शिक्षण संस्थानों से निकले बच्चे वहाँ की व्यवस्था की रीढ़ की हड्डी बने हुए हैं. ये उन्हें डाइजेस्ट नहीं हो रहा है. मॉडर्न आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के युग में हम उनसे कहीं आगे हैं. Now, along with the rapid development of cybernetic technology regarding artificial intelligence, what is that? Artificial intelligence is the ability of computer or robot controlled by a computer to do tasks that are usually done by humans because they require human intelligence and discernment. Artificial intelligence enables technical system to perceive their environment, deal with what they perceive, solve problems, and act to achieve a specific goal. The computer receives data already prepared or gathered through its own sensors, processes, and it responds. Artificial intelligence is known by some as the Industrial Revolution 4.0. Is going to change not only the way we do things, how we relate to others, but also what we know about ourselves. Our Bhilai Local Center was organized a webinar on Industry 4.0 and sustainability on 25th September 22. There, Dr. Naveen Jain, Professor of Sri Shankaracharya Institute of Professional Management Technology, Raipur, has discussed in depth and thrown much light on subject-related systems. With the rapid development of cybernetic technology in recent years, artificial intelligence has been seen almost in all our life circles, and some of that may no longer be regarded as artificial intelligence because it is so common in daily life that we are much used to it, such as optical character recognition, or you can say Siri, speech interpretation and recognition interface, of information searching equipment on computer. This is the example of, you can say, weak artificial intelligence. केवल एक ही टास्क करने में सक्षम होता है. कुछ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस मशीनों के विकास मस्तिष्क के सिद्धांत के आधार पर भी करने की पूरी कोशिश हो रही है. इस तरह की मशीनें लोगों की भावनाओं को समझने, व्यवहार को समझने में सक्षम होंगी. वर्तमान में आत्म जागरूकता के लिए भी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की मशीनें तैयार करने की कोशिश की जा रही है. जैसे जैसे कंप्यूटर साइंस और टेक्नोलॉजी का विकास हो रहा है, वैसे से AI के क्षेत्र में भी नए नए प्रयोग हो रहे हैं. आने वाले दिनों में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के क्षेत्र में हमें कई चीजें देखने को मिल सकती हैं. Our eminent speakers, Dr. G.R. Sinha, Dr. Kavita Thakur, and Sri Aryan Khare will throw more light on the subject. I was hearing the speech of Dr. Sri Khare already speak on the topic.
Yeah.
Really, it's informative, and he has deal with new education policy, very important address information with respect to artificial intelligence. I welcome Sri Khare after your speech.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Dr. Sinha has given consent to enlighten us on the subject and spare his valuable time. He is post-graduated in computer engineering with gold medal from National Institute of Technology, Raipur, and PhD in design and implementation of image enhancement techniques in frequency domain. He is professor of International Institute of Information Technology, Bangalore. Also engaged in teaching, mentoring, research at Myanmar Institute of Information Technology at Mandalay, Myanmar. I welcome you all, sir. I welcome you also on this occasion, sir. Our next eminent speaker, Dr. Kavita Thakur, is also graduated from NIT Raipur, post-graduated from IIT Roorkee, and awarded PhD from Ravi Shankar Shukla University, Raipur. Presently, she is professor in the Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla University, Raipur in electronics and phonetics. She has also given consent to throw the more light on today's subject. I also welcome you, madam. I also welcome Sri Amit Kumar Das, Chairman, Computer Engineering Division, Board of Institute of Engineers, on today's webinar for his fruitful contribution from Calcutta. I also welcome another dignitaries, Dr. G. Ranganath, Chairman, Committee of Advancement of Technology and Engineering, III, Calcutta. Dr. Nagen Tripathi, Honorary Secretary of Biological Center and Professor of BIT Durg, will be moderator of today's webinar. I also welcome him. It is my sincere request to those who have not registered, please register immediately to participate and take opportunity to hear valuable talks. Once again, I welcome you all. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your words of motivation. And now, we will move to the next part of our today's program. Now I will request Kavita Thakur madam to please deliver her lecture.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to one and all present here. Am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. On behalf of panelists, Dr. G.R. Sinha, myself, and Dr. Aryan Khare, I welcome organizers, President of IEI, H.O. Thakre, sir, Chairman, Local Chapter IEI Bhilai, Mr. Pradeep Kumar Tiwari, and Chairman, Computer Division IEI, Mr. Amit Kumar Das, and all the participants of this webinar. I extend our hearty thanks for giving us opportunity to deliver talk in IIT Technical webinar on AI intervention in Indian knowledge system and its impact on society. I would like to share or present my views on the topic role of machine learning for energy efficient communication, 5G communication network. Let me share my screen first. Yes, today's topic of presentation or rather sharing my views over the topic, role of machine learning for efficient 5G communication network. The content of my talk on AI, ML, artificial intelligence, machine learning for enhancing energy efficiency of 5G network. I will introduce you about various 5G networks, AI, ML background that includes the introduction, 5G communication networks, overviews on AI, ML, that means advantages of AI in mobile network, comparison has been made between ML algorithm with traditional methods. Then main goal of my talk, that is energy efficient 5G network using ML. So I will state all these things with example and goals of this work today scenario in telecom industry. Now here comes the motivation of talk. Increased complexity of modern 5G, 6G networks. For example, several technologies such as software-defined networks, edge computing, cloud computing, and small cells are being integrated into 5G networks. Therefore, power and energy and data traffic management becomes a greater issue. They increase day by day. So we have to control these parameters for betterment of the society, for that will beneficial to the society. Now the driving force for this new technology are definitely IoT, smart cities, industry governance, safety, emergency oriented systems, entertainment, environment, etc. Energy efficient deployment of 5G networks are very important. Why? For a given area to serve a given amount of traffic demand. With the increase in the traffic demand, there may be aliasing of data, and that will create nuisance for the distribution of data to the users. So, given area to serve a given amount of traffic demand, for that deployment of energy efficient 5G network is must. So what are the techniques that will establish a system 5G network energy efficient? So we will discuss later on. Then high EE means energy efficient. EESE trade-off means energy efficient. There should be always a trade-off between energy efficiency and spectral efficiency. So this is also a factor for motivation of today's talk. Here comes the role of AI. Such a complex method that I just narrated earlier, such a complex method is going to result in increased power consumption. Therefore, energy efficiency becomes of more importance to assist in the task of achieving energy efficiency in the network, 5G network. ML AI technique could play a significant role and hence gained significant interest in the research community. Therefore, for intelligent system, for intelligent decision making, we must have to include the AI ML technique over the 5G 6G network for taking the intelligent decision. So AI ML are nowadays widely used in numerous areas, including networking domain. They enable us a system to explore big data and deduce knowledge. ML is generally considered as a part of AI expert system. Now this slide presents a overview, gives overview of general scenario in development, evolution beginning from 2G traditional network to 5G, 6G advanced technology. 2G provides the voice communication only, services of voice communication. 3G and 4G traditional internet network. Okay, then 5G, 4G and 5G cloud service, they offer cloud services. 5G and 6G intelligent services, they offer intelligent services. Intelligent services means this cloud and the cloud which include numerous trillions of data. By training that data, integrating AI ML technique over this cloud data, one can make that cloud as an intelligent brain, super brain. And by means of making it as a super brain, intelligent decision, just like a human being, can be taken within fractions of a nanosecond. That is the beauty of 5G, 6G network. And that beauty comes only after the integration of AI, ML, or advanced version of ML, that is RL, reinforcement learning, deep learning, and so on. These are the techniques of machine learning that can be integrated with the 5G network for betterment of the society. Because one cannot wait for a fraction of a second. If internet fails, then we feel very awkward. Our efficiency goes down. So definitely with increase in the user number of users, we must have to take decision or take new, we have to search for new advancement, integrated the technology, networking technology, 6G and onwards to get the better decision. Fractions of nanoseconds. So here I give some information about these network topologies. Parameters are introduction of the year, access system, switching type, internet service, bandwidth, advantage, and application. These are the parameters. And with respect to these parameters, I'll define 2G, 3G, 5G, and the system. 6G, of course, is just coming. 2G. Introduction year is 1990. Technology used is GSM. Access system is TDMA, CDMA. Switching type, circuit switching for voice and packet switching for data. Yes, this is very important. Basics of the voice communication start with the circuit switching for voice only and data packet switching for data. Internet service, narrow band, not broadband. Bandwidth 25 megahertz. Advantage, multimedia features, SMS, MMS, internet access, and SIM introduced. Application, voice call, short messages. Now coming over to 3G. It has been introduced in the year 2001. Then technology used at that time was WCDMA. Access system is CDMA. Switching type, packet switching, except for air interference. Internet service, broadband. Bandwidth, 25 megahertz. Advantage, high security, international roaming. International roaming comes in the 3G networking. Advantage, high security, international roaming. These are the advantage. And then application, video conferencing, mobile, TV, and 4G system networks introduced in the year 2009. Technology, LTE, WiMAX. Access system, same, CDMA, code division, multiple access. Switching type, packet switching. Internet service, ultra broadband. Bandwidth increased from 25 megahertz to 100 megahertz. Advantage, high speed, hand drops, global mobility. And then application, high speed application, mobile, TV, wearable devices. Then comes 5G, introduced in the year 2011. 1980, 3 years back, 4 years back. Technology, MIMO, multiple input, multiple output. MM, millimeter waves. Access system, OFDM, orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, and BDMA, binary division multiplexing. Switching type, packet switching. Then internet service, wireless, World Wide Web. Bandwidth, 30 gigahertz to 300 gigahertz. Advantage, extremely high speed, low latency. What do you mean by latency? Latency means how much time it takes for a data packet to travel from one designated point to another designated. Ideally, it should be low, very close to the 0. So in the 5G network, latency had been reduced. And then application, high resolution, video streaming, remote control of vehicles, robots, medical paradigms. Medical procedures, shift in paradigm, the operation in medical system. Now next is the background of ML. Let us first discuss the limitation of the 3G, 4G network. Not sufficient speed. Data storage is also not compatible, not satisfactorily provided by this network. Data storage capacity is not satisfactory, etc. For example, 3G and 4G system have supported many mobile applications, explosive and continuing growth in mobile data traffic, right? That will increase numerous amount of data, the traffic. With IoT network, numerous devices accessing the network will grow rapidly. Wireless devices are expected to exceed the number of human users in future. Definitely that will need high demand for high energy efficiency, high data rate, and higher spectral efficiency. So there need to be advanced generation of network, communication network that must be 5G or 6G. Okay. So proposed network that must be deployed to meet these requirements are, what are the requirements? 5th generation of wireless communication system that should be full duplex, FD, massive, that can support massive multiple input, multiple output interface. Then that must support CRAN. C means centralized radioactive network or cloud radioactive network, or LDAS, large distributed antenna system networks. Then that must be cell-free or cellular concept must be included. Now the current status. There are many. Now talk about the current status of wireless communication. We all know 5G technology launched in many countries, right? For example, 5G generation networks offering a large range of services to satisfy various customer demand. So what are the goals of 5G communication network? That must support large communities of users and terminals. That means IoT. Without the advancement or introduction of IoT, it would not be possible to support large amount of users 5G network. Then dedicated means logical separated slices customized for various business demand. Customization is very necessary, having different requirements. Then diverse services, because if number of users increases, so diverse service demand will definitely increase. And of course, imaging speed 10 Gbps, around 10 Gbps. And the challenge is how to manage these extra users, increasingly demand. So management and control for 5G is also a challenging task. Research issues and challenges shows that there must be trade-off between energy efficiency and spectral efficiency. Okay, and if number of users increases, terminals increases, definitely antenna design in transmitter as well as receiver side will become complicated. So complex antenna networks are required. A large manforce, large researchers are required to design that system. Interference effect, power consumption, these are the factors that must have to taken into consideration while designing the 5G network. So these three aspects basically trade-off between EE and SE, complex antenna system network design that should be reduced, interference effect that should be reduced, power consumption that should be reduced. All these things are answered by integrating or by solving the solution question, this problem by AI ML. So AI ML must be along with 5G network. Now this slide shows the energy efficiency techniques. What are the techniques that will improve the energy efficiency or make the system highly energy efficient? There are many techniques used for enhancing the performance of 5G. Let us see few of them. Low energy consumption requirement of the telecom industry, right? So techniques are required to reduce the energy consumption. Very first one is massive MIMO, massive multiple input, multiple output technique. This approach is presently the most popular and demand for it is increasing. Why demand is increasing MIMO, massive MIMO technique? Because every day it gives a beneficial result. By the application of massive MIMO technique, the beneficial result will go on increasing, and it provides a satisfactory level of services to society. That is why this method is commonly used now. Second is device-to-device communication, D2D communication. Defined as direct communication between two mobile users without traversing the base. There is a direct communication between one mobile device to another mobile device, skipping the base communication, service communication. In a traditional cellular network, all communication must go through the BS. 2G network, all communication must go through the base station. And third technique, hence D2D communication increase definitely the spectral efficiency of the network. They can potentially improve throughputs, energy efficiency, delay and fairness. But there are certain advantages. There is a propagation delay while traversing through base station. And that is a very important parameter. Time factor is very important. So in the latest technology, D2D communication without traversing the base station is preferred. Then HETNet, heterogeneous network technique is HET-NET, HETNet, heterogeneous network technique. Is a network connecting computers and other devices and can offer strong processing capabilities and strong processing capability and it gives high energy. Then comes CRAN. CRAN means centralized radioactive network, or one can see cloud radioactive networks. Radio access network, not active network. Is a new architecture for radio access network that promises increased performance and reduced cost for mobile. Then comes green IoT. As its name, green IoT, it can be referred to as the energy efficient procedure that are added by IoT to reduce the greenhouse effect of existing applications. So basically, to reduce the greenhouse effect, this green IoT has been preferred. So these are the techniques with respect to telecom industry. They are used for increasing the efficiency, energy efficiency of the system, or establishing a good trade-off between the energy efficiency and spectrum. Next is AI overview of artificial. AI is the specific field that deals with programming machines. Why? To mimic human behavior. Why? In solving tasks that humans are good at. मतलब जिसमें ह्यूमन अच्छा है उससे भी ज्यादा अच्छा परफॉर्म करने के लिए हम AI का करते हैं. Means we should try to prepare a artificial brain that proves to be better than human. AI involves the intersection of benefits. Here, this slide shows the intersection of deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and then data science. Intersection of artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and data science. The position of artificial intelligence is rather to consider that we human beings have an intuitive understanding of what intelligence is, and therefore we can judge whether a machine is intelligent or not. Means a human itself prepare artificial brain and that judge that artificial brain is better than human brain. Very magical issues, right? एक दिन ऐसा आएगा कि आर्टिफिशियल ब्रेन वो हमसे सुपर हो जाएगा तो हो सकता है ह्यूमन को बाईपास कर दे. दैट विल बी द कर्स टू द सोसाइटी. ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए. नो वन कैन विन द ह्यूमन ब्रेन. बट स्टिल द एडवांसमेंट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, AI has been introduced. ML, machine learning, part of AI, can learn by its own without being explicitly programmed. This is the beauty of the machine learning. Without being explicitly programmed. It is an application of AI that provides system the ability to automatically learn and improve from experience. अपने past experience, with the past experience, the system learn itself and produce new inferences that we can't imagine. Or if we are supposed to derive that inference, will take years to derive for the big data set. And that can be derived within an hour, within a second. So that is the beauty of AI. And the sources of this information I highlighted at the below this slide. Okay, these intersections have been taken from this source. So source has been mentioned in each and every slide from where I have taken this data. Then AI and ML are complement and supplement to each other. One of the reasons why AI and 5G are so complementary, it is that AI exists on a continuum of compute. It can be on device at the MEC. MEC means multi-access edge computing, edge cloud, and cloud or data center. 5G provides the powerful, reliable continuity necessary to maximize the intelligence and responsivity of AI across all these network layers and client services. Conversely, AI can support 5G, minimize, AI can help 5G minimize the amount of data that is generated by client devices. Means we have to AI minimize the data that has been present in the cloud, to minimize that data and then fed back to the cloud, so that they only send pertinent data, important data back to the cloud. There are many 5G AI players in the IT sector, since both technologies require compute and connectivity to the function. For example, few companies that currently play in 5G and AI on the client side are Huawei and Qualcomm. This we have ML, part of subset of AI. It needs data, rules, function, then computing machine, and gives the inference output data. Rules are not known in advance, but discovered by machine itself. This is also the beauty. Rules are not defined, they are discovered by the machine by past experience or training the data. Machine learning aim is identify and exploit the hidden. How this thing can be performed? By identify and exploit hidden pattern in the training data. Go further than simply learning or extracting knowledge, towards improving knowledge over time with experience. And other additional support to network control, it provides other additional support to the network control, operation and automation, routing features. So here, with the means of this block diagram, AI and 5G features can complement, supplement to each other as shown. AI is used for control and management for terminal equipment, AI for network intelligence, prediction of network behavior, then fault recovery, network planning, network optimization, intelligent management of network slices. 5G connectivity provide excellent network services for AI application such as low latency, broadband bandwidth, 300 gigahertz, massive connectivity, massive MIMO technique, then 5G edge recovery. These slide shows that 5G and AI always complement and supplement. Then there is a brief comparison of ML, machine learning, with traditional programming. Here, in case of machine learning, take data and responses to create algorithm, and just opposite in traditional algorithm, use a statistical analysis to create an algorithm. Then ML can be continuously trained. Algorithm remains fixed. Then based on finding common patterns, prediction-oriented method. Yes, this part, prediction-oriented method in case of ML. And based on algorithm, traditional programming is algorithm that has been fixed, and based on that algorithm, the decision has been taken. But here, prediction and oriented. This is the important feature of ML. Then learning speed significantly improved. Here, fixed speed. Submit data and answer and get new functions can be generated. It works only fixed rule, but here new rules can be generated by submit data and answer. One set of iteration will give you the input data and output data, then fed back. Another set to another answer, then fed back. So these iterations may go for millions of times, and then rules can be generated. And this will take a fractions of second. It depends on the speed of the processor, right? If you use high-speed processor workstation, that you can get the new rule in a very limited fractions of a time, second, or whatever may be unit. Here, submit data and rules to get answer. So this is the basic difference. Then more data intensive. ML, machine learning, is data intensive, more rigorous mathematical approach, time taking, and time factor is very important. So this slide gives a brief overview of ML, comparison between ML and traditional programming. Now, ML techniques for improving 5G efficiency network. Some references, brief reference paper has been taken, or based on that, this presentation has been prepared. This in 2019, author, this column shows the problem, then which algorithm is used to solve this problem, and how, what is the state of getting the, what is the state of result, right? So in the year 2019, problem is trade-off between energy saving and 5G system, delay in 5G system. Distributed algorithm based on RL has been used. RL means reinforcement learning, advanced algorithm in machine learning. And gain in energy saving is 90%. References are given here. Full references given here or at the end of the course. Then in the year 2021, problem in this paper, the problem that has been handled by the author is user association problem in HETNet, heterogeneous network. How users are integrated to each other. So multi-agent DQN means deep Q learning method. This ML algorithm has been used to improve the user association problem or to solve the user association problem, and the best performance on the convergence and energy efficiency has been obtained by application of this. Then this paper in the year 2021, energy efficiency, energy consumption, EC problem in CRAN network. C means cloud radio access network. Energy consumption problem को tackle किया है, right? By using MORL. MORL मतलब massive multiple objective optimization reinforcement learning. By switching on off technique, means one of the element which is not required to switch off during that period and allow the other to on, that will save the efficiency. So by means of switching on off technique using MORL, the 90% energy have been saved in the network. Then in the year 2021, a paper has been published. This paper, problem that has been tackled by the addressed by the author is resource allocation, RA. RA is a very important problem, great concern in this cutting edge technology. RA resource allocation problem in MM wave, millimeter wave, microwave technology. Transmit antenna selection scheme, transmit antenna selection scheme with deep learning. These ML algorithms have been used to solve this RA problem, and that definitely and reported that they have improved the SE, spectral efficiency and energy efficiency. Same here, another paper in which NOMA, non-orthogonal multiple axis resource allocation problem in NOMA. Q learning is another method of ML, advanced learning. RL का ही एक type है. Excellent performance has been obtained in terms of rate, data rate, EE and SE. In the year 2012, authors have tried in this paper to tackle the problem spectral efficiency in multi-hop D2D, device to device network. Both supervised learning and deep DRL, deep reinforcement learning has been used together to solve this problem, and target has been achieved near global optimums. Deep Q learning outperforms the unsupervised deep neural network. This is the brief overview of the papers which are related with this. And based on this paper, two case studies has been taken. First case study, energy consumption in communication network is a CES concern. Authors have studied consumption problem in CRAN by using switch on-off technique together with this paper. Switch on-off technique, this paper. On-off techniques together with multi-objective optimization reinforce, MORL. MORL, multi-objective optimization reinforcement learning. In this work, authors use RL method to train agent to turn off or turn on RRH. What is RRH? Remote radio heads or unit, one can say unit also, which are not in use, and save 90%. RRH, almost all users must have provided with RRH, remote radio heads. If that users at that particular time is not important to operate, then why not to switch off that to save the efficiency? Okay, so the technique multi-objective optimization reinforcement learning that will control the on-off of RRH by saving the efficiency, and that is by saving the energy or increase the energy efficiency. If all RRH are participating, the power consumed by the network and antennas could be well aligned. And the authors have reported to the increase in the efficiency up to 90%. The goal of Q-learning is based on switching action of some RRH. Solution, the E optimization technique is RL, trade-off between EC, energy consumption, and QoS means quality of service. Some result of this paper, EC reduction versus weight parameter. Weight parameters means you might be knowing that weight has been assigned, okay, certain parameters, right? So this graph shows the result of Q-learning, and this red graph, simple on-off switching. Definitely with the using the Q-learning, this has been improved the energy efficiency. The EC of the average network with different values of omega means weight parameters have been shown here. We can manage the EC when RRH is turned off. Okay, and that has been shown by this graph. Here, significant energy saving up to 90% have been observed here. Right? The proposed Q-learning algorithm outperforms the simple on-off method. This has been seen very clearly by showing the result. Next, EC energy consumption with time slot. See, three plots have been shown here. Blue one for simple on-off technique, time slot requirement. Then little bit increased with heuristic algorithm, little bit increased, but with Q-learning drastically increased. And at this end, you might have seen that the normalized EC energy consumption of simple switching scheme is approximately 0.99%. Simple switching 0.99%. It is approximately 0.8% for Q switching, Q learning base 0.8%. It avoid energy wastage. Okay, because we as per the usage, we will put off the RRH unit. That will avoid the wastage of energy also. The proposed Q-learning algorithm outperforms other algorithms. Other means heuristic algorithm or algorithm used for simple on-off. Another case study has been taken from a paper, this paper. Yeah, this paper, blue one, this blue one. One case study has been taken from this paper, another case study has been taken from this. The problem that has been tackled by this is, or case study, or one can say that what is the reason why I have taken this case? wireless communication resource allocation become between users and mobile station with MIMO technology is considered as another issue. So this requires a strong mutual connection between users and mobile stations for increasing the system performance. To provide the resources to multiple users with resource allocation, resource association is considered as a challenging task. So authors use DL, deep learning method. The problem that has been tackled is resource allocation between users and mobile wireless network. This requires strong mutual connection between users and mobile station to provide the resources to multiple users. Right? Optimization is required to provide the resources to multiple users with resource allocation algorithm is considered as challenging task. So these problems has been addressed in this paper using RA, resource allocation and optimal antenna selection scheme, and deep learning. Results are shown in this slide. This graph shows the spectral efficiency SE, bits per hertz per cell. Okay, versus BS, base station transmit antenna number. Here the number of antennas are 2. Here number of antennas go on increasing. So the spectral efficiency on increase in terms of when the number of antenna with k is equal to 10, antenna number is 10. Then with the k is equal to 10, then there is a comparison with this algorithm MRC, ZF, and proposed algorithm. Proposed means DL and RA, and optimal antenna selection is. Okay, so definitely here it is 80, here it is near about 60, near less than 50 or lies with 45 to 50, right? This graph shows the.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Madam Thakur,
Okay.
Madam, please.
Okay.
We are running short of time.
Okay.
If you could conclude it,
Right.
please, Madam.
Right. The potential benefits to it enables us to cope with massive increased complexity, then reduce the measurement and facilitate the robust decision, to facilitate self-organizing network, and to provide robust predictions. These are there are survey that has been made over the AI international standards. SK Telecom originate from Korea, then NTT, Japan, Indian Standard, Reliance Jio, Vodafone, British, and AT&T US. Now summary, AI-enabled intelligent network is a new trend in telecom network development. Reliance Jio will actively conduct network AI applications, and so on, Bharti Telecom. And then conclusion that has been drawn is without AI, one cannot bring over the 5G and 6G network for intelligent decision. Thank you all for patient hearing.
Thank you, Madam. Kavita, Madam, thank you for a wonderful session on 5G and how to increase the efficiency of the 5G system. And now, moving ahead with our program, our next panelist is Dr. G.R. Sinha. Dr. G.R. Sinha, how I should introduce him is a very big challenge for me. A person having an experience of over 25 years in academics and in the area of electronics, telecommunication, image processing, every area of electronics and instrumentations which are going to affect a common man's life. He has not only published paper, but he has worked on various practical projects, and many of them has been successfully implemented, or they are registered technology which are being in practice these days. Dr. G.R. Sinha sir, presently he is working as adjunct professor at IIIT Bangalore. and he is also a visiting faculty at Myanmar University. And he has got research publication of over 200. This is just a number, but his contribution to the field of electronics, telecommunication, and image processing is beyond one imagination. And we would like to hear some of the glimpse of those things and its impact on Indian knowledge system and our society in coming areas. G.R. Sinha, sir, please.
Thank you so much, Professor Tripathi. Thank you so much, Institute of Engineers headquarters as well as local chapter, the chairmen of the Computer Science and Engineering Division. Thank you so much, my other co-panelist. One of the co-panelists, Professor Kavita Thakur, has been my supervisor. So it's good to hear from her also. I don't know whether I would be able to, justice with my topic. I probably have only 20 minutes with me, and I will try my best to do justice with the topic. So let me open the slides and then we'll go ahead. I don't know something. Yeah, hope it is stabilized now.
No, sir, right now it is not visible.
Oh, from here I can. Okay, I will try once more.
Sure.
Coming now?
No, sir.
I don't know. I will try once more. We tested in the beginning. I don't know what is happening. Is the permission allowed to me? I don't know. When I'm opening it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible now.
It is visible, sir.
It is visible now, sir.
It is visible, sir.
Is visible now?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. All right.
Sir, you have got sufficient time. Please don't restrict yourself to 1 p.m.
No, but we have to complete it by 1 p.m., right? This is planned for by.
Yeah, it is planned, but still, we would like to hear something more from you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So, all right. Thank you once again for making me part of this IEI webinar. I'm also glad to be part of this because being a fellow of Institute of Engineers, Kolkata, and the topic, the main theme of today's lecture, as you can see, is AI intervention in Indian knowledge system and impact on society. So before we talk about this, let me thank my previous speakers. They have presented very nicely, the background of AI, the potential of AI, the scope of AI, especially in the area of education and imparting the quality education, affordable education to everyone, as well as the 5G technology. The 5G has been recently rolled out, and we are hoping that by next year will be completely covered by 5G. So 5G gives the, creates greater impact in all the implementation of artificial intelligence, because communication and computation both go hand in hand. So how does AI play a role? What is AI intervention in Indian knowledge system? Let's try to understand. When we talk about the United Nations Sustainable development goals. That is, there are 17 sustainable development goals, and many of the goals the United Nations has aimed to achieve by 2030. And India is also very confidently trying its best to achieve many of those goals by 2030. Like SDG 3, SDG 4, Sustainable Development Goal for Quality Education, 3 for Quality Healthcare, then Sustainable Development Goal 7, 11, 12, Sustainable Society, Sustainable Smart City, and so on. So these are all covered in the Sustainable Development Goals. And the Indian knowledge system has a huge potential, huge, tremendous potential in order to meet the expectations, aspirations of everyone, what has been envisaged in the Sustainable Development Goals laid out by or formulated by UN. So my talk will include Indian knowledge system, then AI and its intervention in the smart and cognitive system, community well-being and wellness, mental health studies and research, work being done, what I'm doing at IIITB, and way forward and conclusions. Because see, AI plays very, very important role in many areas. But when talking about Indian knowledge system and the scopes which are covered by Indian knowledge system, how does AI play a significant role? Let's try to understand. So let's start with some motivation. I'll not spend much time since we are already delayed. So as Swami Vivekananda, after his visit to West countries, he was always talking about utilizing the potential of India, especially the traditional knowledge, spirit, and other holistic practices which are there in India. India is very, very rich in the traditional practices, the traditional knowledge of medicine, culture, arts, and so on. So the consciousness practices, the meditation practices, and these are not theoretical. Now the people have started working, started researching, studying scientifically by using the artificial intelligence. So Swami Vivekananda always used to call upon the young mind, saying that bring the science, bring the technology from West and integrate with the Indian knowledge, that is a strong Indian knowledge, and to make India Vishwaguru. But the time has changed, and Swamiji has dreamed up that India, I think the India which has actually started rising up, which has already started practicing or becoming a new India, where we are very rich in technology, we are very rich in IT, the power of IT, the capabilities of IT are appreciated all across the world. When last week I visited Mauritius as a keynote speaker, the amount of respect, the quantum of respect which Indians are getting now is definitely, a noteworthy. It's because of the IT capability, it's because of technology capability, and of course, the other areas we are very rich in terms of traditional knowledge, in terms of culture, medicine, etc., etc. So, Mr. Aryan Khare was talking about the national education policy. I can tell you, the NEP 2020, many of people can take it as a political, kind of initiative. But I can tell you, NEP 2020 has a tremendous ability to bring the transformation in the area of quality education, in the area of quality research, so that holistic education, holistic quality education can reach to everyone, and that too when we are in the age of 5G and we have a tremendous capabilities of communication. NEP can simply bring the major or huge changes in the life of individual or everyone, whosoever in the far or the remote or the rural areas. So the quality education, the quality research-based education can be provided, the flexibility, the amount of learning which can provide the flexibility to the learners. And there are different levels of flexibility, autonomy, one can go from here to there. And the role of, the digital university, the digital education, online platforms have made all this possible. You might have heard about the IITs which are offering the online degrees, and these degrees are being recognized by UGC as well. So this is the power of NEP 2020, and there comes huge intervention of artificial intelligence. So what is IKS? There is a separate mandate on IKS under the Ministry of Education, and their separate mandate has been made, which is probably under now AICT, All India Council for Technical Education. So I think I wanted to talk more much about the strength of India in the areas of mathematics, astronomy, chemical, material science, health, wellness, consciousness studies, political, economic thoughts, arts, traditions, rich culture. So when we say Indian knowledge system, what is called in Hindi, Bharatiya Gyan Parampara. So Bharatiya Gyan Parampara doesn't only cover about the yogas and then the rituals kind of thing. It covers every aspect of the mankind, where ultimate aim of our education and the research is always to help the people to lead the quality life. What is most important for all of us, whatever we do, whatever activities we are involved in, whatever contribution we do in the society, the main aim is always to improve the quality of life for everyone in the planet. And the IKS has an answer for every that kind of requirement by which we can make the life of everyone very the happy life, and we can provide holistic way of living, holistic environment to everyone. Whatever political, the strength we had, whatever mathematical strength we had, all those can be brought up, all those can be preserved. We can utilize all those knowledge by using AI, and then can really bring the transformation in the society. So there is a background. The background is about the IKS, as I was telling you, like discussing about the mathematics, talking about Ramanujan, or you just tell the different names of the mathematicians who have done tremendously, the brilliant work in India, and there is a historical development of mathematics and astronomy, and the studies which were made long back in India. The number of literature studies suggest that in the field of metallurgy, material sciences, and the different technologies, what kind of technologies were used in the manufacturing, in the metallurgy, in the material science those days. And you see the arts and the culture, still we can see that what were the arts behind, what were the technologies behind, what were the metallurgical, the procedures involved. It's wonderful. It's beyond imagination. So how the India had a beautiful strength, brilliant strength. Let's bring back using AI and realize the glory of India and bring the that glory to everyone. Like chemistry, which we call as a Rasayan Shastra, has a specific art as in India called as a codified knowledge system. Numerous techniques are there to produce alloys, acids, salts. All these were being produced earlier also. So what was the technique? The different textiles, medicines, arts, paintings. You see the beautiful paintings, arts, which we can find, which are maybe 30 years old or 40 years old or 100-year-old. We appreciate a lot. The people come and they just get mesmerized with those arts and then the paintings and the creativity. So what was the concept behind? Let's bring those concepts with the help of AI and make again the India as a Vishwaguru in all these areas. Ayurveda. I am just giving you the background, then I'll come to the role of AI very quickly. Ayurveda and yoga have tremendous areas, tremendous potential. I mean, people take it as a different approaches, kind of spiritual or religious approaches, which is not completely true, which is completely wrong. There are scientific ways in which one can practice health and well-being using artificial intelligence. I'll tell you, talking about Upaveda and human health, how one can lead the holistic life. All these areas we can do critical research and studies using artificial intelligence. Like Rajniti Shastra, Earth Shastra, how they were taught, how they were being epicked in those areas, in that area, in the age of Ramayana and Mahabharata. It is beyond our imagination, the way the great thinkers like Vishnugupta were contributing to the society in India. We have 64 different forms of kalas, which are arts. Bring back those legacy with the help of AI and bring back the glory. There's the idea. And the society, if it feels glorious, society, if it gets enlightened, it will definitely lead the quality and the holistic way of life. So there is a huge potential, as I mentioned. Now, if you talk about IITs, they have started practicing IKS, bringing the AI intervention in these areas. I'm happy to tell you that we have at IIIT Bangalore 2 different kinds of labs, I'm involved in those two labs. One is the IKS lab, Indian Knowledge System. Now one can wonder that a person of electronics and communication and a computer science background, how he can associate in the area of Indian Knowledge System. I will tell you very briefly that how and what kind of work we are doing and we are planning to do. Another area where we are doing is a smart city. And when we talk about holistic life, which has to create a great impact in the society so that we can lead the holistic life and the quality life, we have to talk about the environment, we have to talk about the nature, we have to talk about the quality education, we have to talk about the reach, how can we reach to the masses, means the potential or the capabilities of 5G and loving the nature, sustainable nature, sustainable education. All these are very important, and these are all covered in a single umbrella called as IKS. So I think much has been talked about artificial intelligence. I am happy that I can skip these slides. There are different domains like cognitive system, network, neural network, planning, knowledge, robotics, perception. These are the areas where the artificial intelligence is playing super role, excellent role. So my speakers, my previous co-panelists were talking about computing capability. The data is our Prime Minister always keeps on saying, or it's a general purpose, fact, that data is the biggest challenge in the world, how to handle that data. And AI is something that can helping us interpreting the data in a more efficient manner so that the data becomes meaningful and useful. So there is an intervention in the area of smart system, in the area of cognitive system. So wherever there is a sensing involved, there is a actuation involved, be it a manufacturing area, be it agriculture technology, be it smart energy, smart grid, healthcare, transportation, smart city, all these are the areas which are covered in the Indian knowledge system. Let's do smart manufacturing. I just want to recall one recent blog which became very viral. It was written by, the former director of IIT, that there is some madness reported for computer science and engineering, but who will be doing, the work in manufacturing, energy and other areas? Of course, there is a tremendous requirement, huge requirement of AI in computer science people. AI intervention has to be there, will be there. But these are the areas where smartness, the smart system, the cognitive system will come into the picture and will be of huge importance. So the 5G will, make edge computing very, very, possible. Why I'm talking about edge computing, let's talk about healthcare. I can tell you in coming time, in coming years, you can see that how telehealthcare system, how telemedicine is going to create a greater impact in the society, especially the 5G computing capability, and the edge devices will be deploying a small sensor-based IoTs in the villages and remote areas where the doctors from Bangalore or, the Harvard or other hospitals cannot reach, and they can guide those patients and they can provide the guidance and the treatment. And believe me, it's going to happen with the help of a technology called as edge computing or a cloud computing kind of thing. So let me, because we don't have much time, so let me quickly come to my area, which is being covered under IKS. So there are two terms. One is community well-being and other is community wellness. Community well-being covers everything. You see, the community health, the cultural identity, sense of community, whether I'm a global, responsible citizen, whether we are a global community, whether, we are providing quality education and learning, infrastructure development, economic growth, political system, access to the country, leadership. All these are areas where if you do good, then community well-being can be achieved. And what is most important for the society and mankind is the community well-being. If the community well-being is achieved through the holistic approach in terms of social, economic, environmental, cultural, and political factors, and then that can help the society or everyone to lead the quality life. Community well-being is wellness is a part of community well-being. Community well-being is a, is a general purpose term. So mental health, especially after the COVID-19, and there has been much mentioned in the IKS, Indian Knowledge System. It has been given a proper mandate by the government of India. It's not, a simply theoretical matter now, Indian Knowledge System. Much research is being carried out by the institutes like IITs and ISC. So mental health is the most important component where it deals with thinking capability, the behavior, the study of physical abilities, perception qualities, because everyone, I can tell you, has some mental difficulty, especially this COVID-19 has adversely affected everyone. So mental health is a major challenge, and that is covered. There is a, there is a survey reported. I do not want to read here. At early stage, if AI intervention is not brought in, there is going to be a great problem in terms of mental disorders and disabilities, and the society is going to have very difficult time. You see the young generation, they are doing great in the, the IT and the other sectors, but think about their personal life, see their personal life, a lot of difficulties and, the problems, mental disorders and disabilities they are undergoing. And this is why this becomes so important to bring artificial intelligence in order to deal such problems, so that it can be detected, analyzed at early stage, and we can give them some solution. So these were some background research in the related area which I'm talking, which have been published by me and my scholar in recent 2 years, dealing with the books like machine learning in healthcare, AI for brain-computer interface, advances in modern system, and the publications are in elsewhere, IEEE transaction, IEEE sensor. So I do not have time, so I cannot discuss all these things. Let me straight away go to what work we are doing at IIIT Bangalore under the Indian knowledge system and how we are using the artificial intelligence. So we have 2 labs, as I mentioned, Smart City Lab, and there is an Indian knowledge system. Both the labs are supported by the industries. We have research grant from Toshiba, Japanese company, for Smart City, and there is another company, Mphasis, which has supported us in our Indian knowledge system lab. So what we are doing in the Smart City, I can tell you that we have huge amount of sensors which we are deploying. We have image processing, and we have the role of artificial intelligence. We are trying to provide not only the surveillance, the detection of intrusion, the detection of abnormality, but we are also trying to provide the solution for under low light condition, how to monitor the environmental parameters, how to monitor the traffic parameters, how to provide smart parking, smart monitoring, smart number plate recognition, detection of some unwanted person, unauthorized persons, and then detecting and in real time, believe me, what is important in this area is there are a lot of work you will find in the Smart City. What is important is whether you are able to detect, track the changes, the environmental disturbances in real time, and are you able to provide some real-time warning, real-time, signaling, so that immediately that problem can be dealt. That is very important. There we are working. We have a very specific lab in that area. This is our 4th year student who have started working, and we have one work called as Sahasraj, which is 1,000 eyes. We have started with surveillance application. It has started working with the help of GPU. We have huge amount of data, and in real time we are providing this solution. Because of lack of time, I'm unable to explain all these things in detail. So this is the work already has been started, and we are doing and we are including many more things in this area of Smart City. The other area, I think already 1 p.m. We have reached, as I have been allowed. I'll try to complete in next 10 minutes. The cognitive computing, cognitive computing involves the capability of human brain with the intervention of AI. So we have Indian Knowledge and Community Wellness Lab that deals with, as I mentioned, consciousness science, astronomy, ancient structures and designs. All these are covers. What is the aim of this lab is to do the critical studies, sustainable environment, love for the nature, holistic ways of living, health consciousness, which ultimately leads to quality of life. So we have a project, a research project, and our aim is to study impact of yoga on mental well-being, consciousness and sleep quality, to safeguard or improve the community well-being, and to study cognitive ability and impact of yoga and mindful practices. So we are not saying that, this is what we are doing on some open source data set. We have actually a MOU understanding with one deemed university, which is a yoga university. Here is a huge university engaged in the research and study of yoga. They have excellent laboratories. So we are getting a real-time data and planning to do much work with the help of AI and ML. and understanding different consciousness, mindful practices, how AI can boost up the potential of those practices and can guide and can provide the quality life. So these are the approaches generally we are using. We are getting the data from that, lab, and we are getting the different modalities like EEG signal, autonomic signal, optical imaging, sleep-related signal, bioenergy signal, molecular bioscience. They have labs for everything. Then we are analyzing the data and how we are improving the analysis with the help of AI intervention. One, collecting the data. Second, interpreting the data. Third, classification of data. Fourth, we are involving the psychologists and those who are expert in yoga and other practices who are working there and trying to improve the performance of the existing practices. These are the facilities which are there, which we are using in order to capture the labs, psychophysiology, cognitive neuroscience, and psychology, bioenergy, molecular bioscience. All these laboratories are there, which we are, I have just indicated some of those pictures of the laboratories where actually we are working, and we are applying this kind of architecture where the self-management, the prevention, diagnosis, and the monitoring and treatment related to autism, alcohol addiction, bipolar disorder, dementia, major depressive disorder, and different other kinds of disorders, suicidal attempts, how these are being affected or can be controlled or can be studied and can be improved. The status can be improved by using yoga and other practices. And we are trying to actually improve that thing with the help of artificial intelligence. So a study of frontal brain EEG signal, this was the result I wanted to discuss. Then comes another interesting area called as assessment of learning. We are talking about, the first speaker was talking about AI and the role of AI in imparting the quality education on online mode. But whether the AI-based online mode of education is creating that impact, the assessment is actually, the learning is actually happening in students, whether our students are able to demonstrate the learning outcomes. So there are some work where we have started working, we are able to calculate the level of confusion and non-confusion, whether students are attending, whether they are confused, how many of them are confused, how many of them are not confused, how many of them are actually understanding. This kind of study with which we started, and we have improved the models, and the timing has also been reduced, and the classification accuracy has also been improved. So I would like to say that these are the areas where the Indian knowledge system domains in the field of health science, yoga, the arts, culture. We are trying also to preserve the different ancient languages, the scriptures and the arts, paintings, etc. under the IKS lab. So what are the way forward and the conclusion? So what is important is we have cloud services, telemedicine tools, communication technologies like 5G technologies. So the future of healthcare, I can tell you, is going to drive the future of healthcare as a front runner startups and e-health research center. We have number of verticals in IIIT Bangalore. I don't have time. We have mental health care research center where we are working with NIMHANS. I think government of India has given around some 70 crore. We have one MOSIP through which we are providing AI-based Aadhaar kind of solution to 10 different countries. We have 150 crore for that particular project. And there is a cognitive computing where we have crores of money, and under which we are working on a lab called as Indian Knowledge System. So the robust environment monitoring, smart agriculture, manufacturing, new education paradigm, AI-enabled paradigm. I'm not saying that it cannot create the great learning outcome. It can. So what are the reforms needed? How NEP can help us in bringing or in realizing those dreams or the visions? The answer is definitely lies in the artificial intelligence. Data remains a challenge. AI, ML, there are different versions, cloud, edge, serverless, quantum computing. These are which are our capabilities, and these capabilities can be exploited. And all those scopes which are covered under Indian knowledge system, I would suggest all the attendees who are joining now, I think the number has reduced too much. In the beginning, it was 40. So I'd recommend everyone that, just explore Indian knowledge system. There is a separate website for that, and, study what are the areas covered and how AI can intervene in realizing those things and in implementing those things, so that the quality health and the quality life can be given to everyone. Internet of medical thing is going to happen. Smart IoTs are, coming very soon based on 5G and all that. And that is going to help in the mental health and other health areas. And of course, when we talk about Indian knowledge system, bringing AI, so our previous speakers have talked about the limitations, the drawbacks, disadvantages. So every technology has its, pros and cons. So there are security and ethical issues which are there in the implementation of AI. And of course, there are researchers who also continuously work in these areas as well to deal with the challenges. So I think I know that I have been extremely fast. I didn't plan so, but I had hardly 22 minutes. I hope that I could try to give an overview or the idea that what is Indian knowledge system, how AI can play a role in exploring the possibilities under Indian knowledge system, and how and what kind of work we are doing similar to other IITs and IISc Bangalore. We are, talking with the people who are, working in these areas like 5G and wireless technology. After 2 days, I'm visiting to IIT Hyderabad. So we are talking to different people working at IIT and IIScs in order to, take this work very seriously so that what I mentioned about IKS and the capabilities can reach to, and its benefit can reach to the masses, and India actually can become the world leader in all these areas, which are actually our strength. So thank you so much, the Institute of Engineers, for giving me this time. Thank you. And the opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir. And we are extremely sorry on our side for
No, it's okay. It's okay.
shortage of time.
You have to also
But
know
sir,
that
I would
how
like
to
to-
manage that. I have tried my best to cover this.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. But still, I would like to say one thing from my side, that two things are very useful in life, and quantity does not matter. It is a quality. Something like that, a single drop of nectar. अमृत और जहर की सर सिर्फ चंद बूंदें ही काफी होती है. हमारे लिए आज के लिए काफी था सर. And there have been few questions raised by the participants. How AGI helps to make humanoids? This was a question asked by Somik Saha to Kavita Thakur, madam.
Yes, sir. Repeat.
Yes, madam. Yes.
Please repeat the
You could
question.
find it in a QA box also.
Yeah.
You could see, madam.
Vishnu Kant.
Yes, madam. Vishu Kamath is there, and above that, there is Somik Saha. How AGI helps to make humanoids?
Human eyes.
Humanoids.
Humanoids.
Android जैसा होता है मैडम, वैसे
Acha,
humanoids.
humanoids.
Humanoids. Yes, ma'am.
Right. AI, by using the advanced version of machine learning, just like reinforcement learning, Q learning. This way, if we go on increasing and modifying the algorithm, by using that algorithm, one can use the humanoid. One can develop humanoid, which will be much better than Android, which is there in the mobile system.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. I wish the person has got the answer. And after this session, sir, I would like to take permission from Tiwari, sir. I would like to say something, that the way our panelists have talked about the knowledge system, the Indian knowledge system, ancient as well as amalgamation of AI, ML, deep learning, and its impact on society, we should propose one more program especially dedicated to the Indian knowledge system. And on that day, we should discuss about the impact of Indian knowledge system and its consequences in coming years. Now, thank you very much. And before coming to the conclusion or ending of this today's program technical webinar, I would like to sum up the highlights of today's excerpts by the panelists, beginning with the chairman, P.K. Tiwari sir. In his address, he has given a broad insight of Indian knowledge system and how the universities and Nalanda and Takshashila were rich, and how we were crowned with title of World Guru, and again how we will revive with that glory, and what will be the role of latest technology in Indian knowledge system. Then we had our panelist, Mr. Aryan Khare. Mr. Aryan Khare very lucidly explained the meaning of AI, various components, and its impact on various sectors. He mainly focused the impact of AI on education system, and he even highlighted that the impact or uses or intervention of AI is certainly going to increase the efficiency at the cost of loss of personal connections. Moreover, I would like to congratulate him and I would like to thank him from my personal behalf that he has conducted one very useful survey regarding the intervention of AI in Indian knowledge system and its impact on society. And that is the most recent data which we have got on this topic. Then our very senior most panelist, Dr. Kavita Thakur madam, she had given a very good insight of 5G technology, which is very soon going to be rolled on for a common man, and the various technical aspects being deployed there, like MIMO system, the bandwidth of the 5G system, which is really beyond imagination of a common man today. The speed of 30 to 600 gigahertz. Really, it is going to, within 5 to 10 seconds, HD quality 3 hours movie will be downloaded. It can be correlated like this. Then how madam has very easily and in very simple words, she has explained the meaning of latency, which is a very typical word reserved for the electronics engineer. How the latency is going to be reduced in 5G. And madam has also lucidly explained the integration of ML, how the ML is one-to-one connected with AI without machine learning, and the advantages of machine learning also. Coming to the last panelist today, Dr. G.R. Sinha sir. He began his talk with a motivation by Swami Vivekananda and his excerpts that in order to revive the glory of Global Guru, the youngsters of India have to learn from or they have to take help of technologies which were advanced then, and we have to integrate those technology with our Indian knowledge system. And today, Sinha sir has very clearly said that even in terms of technology, we are ahead of the Western world. So now it is a right time that the technology is with us, as well as we have got a very good and sound support of our ancient knowledge system, which is going to really change the education scenario and quality, because the holistic approach in Indian education system is really going to enhance the quality of education in India manifold times. He also portrays that how the mathematics, chemistry, manufacturing science were developed in ancient times. We need to take excerpts from those. We have to take reference from those things, and we could include those in making an excellent system. Coming to the health, he portrays physical as well as mental health. And on the solution side, he suggested that the integration of Ayurveda and yoga, it is going to help us in more than many ways. He has recently conducted research on the impact of corona pandemic on well-being of human being, and he has come out with several interesting data. He also talked about the data handling, the challenges associated with data handling, and this is amongst one of the biggest issues associated with smart city. And he has given a very good insight about the smart city lab and well-being lab setup, which is present in their institute at IIIT Bangalore. With these words, on behalf of Institution of Engineers, Headquarter, Kolkata, and Bhilai Local Center, I would like to express my sincere thanks and gratitude to our panelists, Mr. Aryan Khare, Dr. Kavita Thakur Madam, Dr. G.R. Sinha Sir, for giving their valuable time and enlightening the audience with their thoughts, experience, and knowledge. We are also thankful to the Chairman of Computer Engineering Division Board, Mr. Amit Kumar Das Sir, for giving us kind consent to conduct this program today. I'm also thankful to Mr. Ranganathan, Chairman Kate, for his permission and approval, and due to some assignment, they could not get connected with us today. I am also thankful to the technical assistant, Mr. Sudeep Chakravarti, for conducting this Zoom session very effective on this national platform, as well as streaming this program live in YouTube. And with these words and with due permission of P.K. Tiwari sir, I would like to announce the completing of this technical webinar. Tiwari sir.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Thank you, everyone. Please be connected. We are taking one screenshot.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Sinha sir,
Thank you so
we are
much.
extremely thankful to you for summing up things in such a small period of time.
Thank you so much.
And very soon we will be getting in the same platform with some different titles. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, everybody,
Thank you.
for
Thank
this
you.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you to all. Thank you to all. Very impressive and educated, educational speeches spoken. Mr. Khare, very young chap, really
Yes,
spoken very nice way. Thank you. Thank you once again to all.
It was my pleasure to present my words, sir, in front of you all.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Kavita
sir.
madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
I would request one request to the panelists. You may kindly forward your PowerPoint presentation to us, to the
Yes, sir.
headquarter, because sometimes the participants also want this for their knowledge enhancements, and also we'll be publishing this report in our II News. The report will be sent by the center. So we will use this PowerPoint presentation also. Some slides may be used, and we'll keep in our record also for our members to refer to.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, madam. So with
Thank
permission
you, madam.
here, I am ending this
Thank you,
webinar.
ma'am.
Thank you, Kavita madam, and thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
Sinha.
sir.
Very nice presentation. Very informative.
Thank you,
We
sir.
will try to once again meet
Okay.
like this.
Kavita madam,
Yes, sir.
Kavita madam, I would like to say something to you just for a
Okay.
second.
Okay, sir.
Madam, this is for first time I am talking to you
Yes, sir.
face to face. I have heard your name several times
Yes,
because
sir.
I am here in BIT for last 22 years.
Yes.
And when I was listening your voice through headphone,
Mhm.
I got the feeling that I am listening to Lata Mangeshkar.
Many
Your
people say.
voice
Many
was so sweet and melodious.